So with the new loft configuration that we did on G430, we're providing smaller gaps where they're hitting most of their approach shots on the course.
Okay.
Helping golfers play their best golf by tightening up their gaps with data extracted from millions of shots from on-course play.
So I'm here with Marty Jertson from Ping. Tell everybody what you do here, Marty.
Vice President of Fitting and Performance, just try to help golfers play better golf through design, fitting, research, and building tools.
Aren't we all? Yes, everyone. So you've been mining a bunch of data from on-course golf, as well as just the fitting sessions that you do every day. Can you share some insights on what you found from the on-course in-fitting scenarios together?
Yeah, and I think it's been kind of a dream of ours to measure what golfers, the everyday golfers, doing on the course. Right. We've always cared about this. We used to have this little scorecard. Hey, after you get fit, tell us how you're doing on the course. Come back and see if we need to tweak anything. But as you know, like, people have bias. They don't know that. It's hard to keep track of it. Yeah. Now we have tracking apps. And so with our partnership with Arcos, we've been able to look at our Ping players' data, just like PGA Tour ShotLink data, and mine it. And so our team of data scientists, we always go ask questions of this data. So one question we asked of it is like, where are they hitting most of their shots on the course? What's that, probability distribution? And in the design of the G430 iron, we saw that no matter where you teed off on the tee, so whether you're a long hitter off the tee, short hitter off the tee, everyone's kind of approach shot play is distributed around 150 to 155 yards. Then it kind of falls off in a normal distribution there.
Yep.
And so what was interesting there is then we could look at how far do players hit their different clubs, and we saw that we actually had larger distance gaps with some of our irons where they were hitting most of their shots on the golf course.
Right.
So with the new loft configuration that we did on G430, we're providing smaller gaps where they're hitting most of their approach shots on the course.
Okay.
Helping golfers play their best golf by tightening up their gaps with data extracted from millions of shots from on-course play.
Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. So most shots are hit from 155. Now, keep going with me here on the high end of the bag. So when a lot of people get fit for clubs, we fit them into irons that'll work really well for them. But that gap between, say, your 3-wood and that mid-iron that you're using in a fitting, how do you solve that kind of problem? Or what's your take on that? Yeah,
that's a important dilemma in today's age, because not everyone has access to hit all those clubs or the time or the effort, the energy to do it in a fitting process. So we're building tools so you can get fit for your 7-iron, and we can predict and project how you're going to hit your long irons, what would happen if you hit a hybrid, if you hit a high lofted fairwood. And we're using all of our player test data in physics engine to generate those algorithms, so we can actually project a full bag fit without you actually hitting those clubs with a high degree of accuracy and precision. So you can afford those kind of virtual what ifs. Well, what if I put a 5-wood in? How high would my trajectory be?
Yeah.
And kind of going back to Ballnamic, now we actually do that golf ball specific to, as you well know, different temperatures and altitudes and elevations, all the environmental factors.
That matters. I get that advantage of playing at a mile high plus and shoot a video hitting a 7-iron 250 yards. But
ball also goes straighter up there.
Yeah, they do, for sure. You're right about that. Okay, so that's super interesting that you can play around with those algorithms. Have you found something on average at the high end of the bag? Like, in general, most people who watch this might be your average player or more avid than that.
Yeah, I think the average player should probably end their iron set at a 5-iron.
Yeah.
Even look at some players, it's even a 6-iron. And so that's why we build our hybrids all the way up to a 6 hybrid now. Right. So don't be afraid, and we have a lot of tour players now using 7-woods and things of that nature. Do not be afraid of transitioning to high lofted hybrids, high lofted fairwoods earlier than you're used to.
Yeah, that's a good piece of advice. I saw the Blueprint 3-iron today. Made me kind of like cringe a little bit. It was cold out. It might have been from that, but it was tiny.
It was the temperature.
Don't do that, for sure. Okay, well, appreciate the insights from Big Data. High end of the bag fitting, grab a 7-wood, grab a 4 crossover or whatever you're going to use that's just not a 4-iron or 3-iron, and you'll be off in a better spot.
Yep.
Very sage-like advice, sir. You did pretty well.
All right, Nick.
Yeah, thanks.
You got it.